I've been helping people with money for more than 20 years, but no one stumped me more than the princess.
I love shopping for dresses, corsets, shoes, jewelry.
I'm here to help this princess take control of her money and her life. Over the next 6 weeks, she'll live on a strict cash diet and complete weekly challenges.
I think my financial situation is really bad, but I just kind of ignore it.
If this princess has what it takes, I'll transform her from spender to saver. And I'll give her up to $5,000 to help her pay down her debt.
I am telling you how it's going to be. Either you do it my way or you don't get the money.
No changes, no money.
Oh, 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 she's a princess. She's a princess.
Meet Neelam.
My name's Neelam. I'm 21 years old, making about $2,000 per month. I don't really manage my money. I kind of live paycheck to paycheck.
She loves to be the center of attention.
She's an outgoing person.
When I go clubbing, I don't go casual. Hair's gotta be done, makeup's gotta be done, nails, limos, bottle service.
7, 20.
Easy night, it'd be like $50 to $60 minimum I'd spend, up to like $200 in a night, sometimes 4 times a week, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
She says she wants something, she gets what she wants.
Neelam's attitude towards money is really if she has it, she'll spend it.
I want that dress, like I really want that dress. Which shoes, I prefer designer. When I look good, like inside and out, like I feel good. And there's no way I'm stopping spending money on my eyelashes.
It will be $95.
Before she gets another paycheck, she's broke.
Neelam got into trouble with credit cards and her cell phone. She racked up the bills and didn't pay them back. As a result, those companies sent her to collections, which is funny because Neelam works in collections.
I'm the one who calls you guys up and tries to collect all the money you guys are outstanding.
Now, they forward a balance to my office here, currently showing $1,154. How much of this balance do you have available right now?
Coincidentally, Neelam owes money to some of the same companies she collects for, and they won't allow her to work on their bigger accounts until she clears up her debts, which means that she can't get a raise and earn more money. Neelam's partying has started to affect her relationship with her family.
If I do give her 20 bucks or something, I don't really expect to get it back.
When I need money, I can always go to my parents.
She's daddy's princess. She always says that.
For years, Neelam's parents went without vacations or extras so they could put money into educational savings for their children.
She went 1 year. We spent about $7,000 in that first year. Then she had 3 years to go back. She didn't go. So that money is just gone. We lost that money.
And co-signing a loan for a car has put her father's credit rating in jeopardy.
I got a call from the bank. She hadn't made a payment for the last 4 or 5 months. And then I got a call from the insurance company.
Kind of driving without car insurance right now. So just because I haven't gone around to saving the money to pay for it.
I think we've gone too far. She has no respect for money now.
Like, where I went wrong? I'm asking that question over and over again. Like, what could have I done differently?
Fed up, her friends and family have called me in to cut her off.
She needs to find responsibility in her life.
I honestly think Neelam would not even come close to surviving on a tight budget. Honestly, if you guys are able to do that, you gotta change the name of the show to Miracles or something.
You work in collections.
Yeah, as bad as that is.
You owe some of the people you're collecting for. And you probably come home to your friends and you probably complain about all those deadbeats that won't pay their debts.
Yeah.
You're being one of them.
Yeah.
So how is this affecting your career?
Right now, I'm working on small portfolios, but when I want to do something bigger and the ones that will get me more commission, they do full background checks. And if there's anything that's not right with it, you're not working on that portfolio.
So you're screwed.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about this?
I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I've messed up bad.
So you know what we're going to do first? We're going to take a look at what some of your friends and family have to say, okay?
Okay.
Neelam and me were really alike. We end up going in the mall and we'll walk out with like 6, 7 bags. She got herself into this debt. She needs to somehow get herself out of it.
I feel like a hypocrite sometimes.
You absolutely are a hypocrite.
Most of the bills and stuff, when she didn't have a job, I'd cover for her. And I told her she can pay me back when she gets a job. And then she got a job and just all her money goes towards shopping. When you see somebody get their paycheck and they don't come to you and be like, oh, here's something that I owe you, but they go out and buy like 3 different dresses, I feel used.
It's my best friend. Like,
I want to hear just from one more person.
She's always been a spoiled princess. And I don't know what's happened with her now. Party, party, party now. My biggest fear would be for her, if she doesn't change, she's gonna be a big mess. And no career, no family life. I don't see her in a gutter someplace.
That's how he feels. What did he ever do to you to be treated like this?
Nothing.
Really? So, look at me. What's gonna change?
Something has to change. I can't be like this anymore.
And are you ready for that now?
I don't want to be hurting people around me anymore.
Okay. So I know this has been hard, okay? It's gonna get harder before it gets better. I promise you it's gonna get harder. So the whole family is here to witness your debt.
How do you sleep at night, Neelam?
It's not a nice thing to say.
So you make about $1,700 a month net. You're spending nothing on savings, of course. I mean, you're 21. Who needs to save, right? On debt repayment, you're spending 23%, $680 a month on your needs. That's 40% of your income. Your rent is really low, $325, because you share a house with 6 other people.
Yeah, I want my own condo. Like,
Sweetheart, that should be no problem at all. I'm sure you can find someone to buy you one.
Actually, she asked me for that.
I'm not surprised to hear that. What I'm surprised at is you didn't rush out and buy her one. And on your wants, you are spending 87% of your income. You spend $500 a month on clothes and $385 on beauty. Daddy, if I were to tell you those eyelashes cost her $100 a month.
No way for eyelashes.
$100.
That's just insane.
You have beautiful eyelashes as it is.
So when was the last time you spent $1,500 on yourself in a single month?
I don't think I ever did.
try it, be a little bit happier.
Oh, I'm happy because then I don't have to worry about paying all this mess.
So you make $1,700. You say you spend $2,900. That's a shortfall of $1,200 every month. That's a pretty big shortfall.
The numbers we seen was really shocking.
Part of the problem is you take your check to a check cashing store and you pay 5% of your income to cash the check. What?
You get your money right away rather than putting it in a bank and waiting 5 days.
Oh, poor thing can't wait 5 days.
That's over $1,000 a year that Neelam is flushing away for the convenience of having instant access to her paycheck.
You have nothing set aside for emergencies, all because you know that mommy or daddy or your best friend are all gonna bail you out, and bail you out they do. They bail you out to the tune of about $700 every month.
That was a hit out of nowhere.
When are you gonna step into the spot that says, I'm responsible?
Working on it.
You net $1,700 a month, which means you gross out at about $23,000 a year. To spend what you're spending right now, you'd need an income of $47,000 a year. Double your current income. And if you were paying your own way and didn't have all those people jumping in to save your butt,
You'd need an income of over $65,000 a year.
That sucks.
this is about taking control of your money and your life. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to give you a series of challenges to do. You do the challenges to my satisfaction. I'll give you up to $5,000 towards one of your goals. Don't do the challenges, you don't get the money. Have the wrong attitude, you don't get the money. I need your complete commitment that you are going to cut her off and make sure she learns to stand on her own 2 feet. So do I have it?
100%.
Mummy
Yes, you do.
and Arun,
I don't even help her in the first place anyways.
this month you're going to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. You're going to learn to live within your own means. And you're going to learn that you can have the things you want and you need out of your own pocket. As of this moment, you may not spend any more money in cash.
Okay.
Normally, I take away debit cards and credit cards, but Neelam doesn't use them, making it difficult to track her spending. Using debit means she'll have to deposit her check to a bank account, keeping her out of the check cashing stores.
Ready?
I hope so.
Coming up,
I'm not going to allow you to keep putting yourself at jeopardy.
Uh-oh.
That's not cool.
Oh, she's a princess. Oh, she's a princess.
Neelam is a 21-year-old debt collector who spends more than she makes.
$2,900 a month.
And she's only earning $1,700.
yeah.
How could you lose a track like this?
And her reckless behavior is out of control.
Kind of driving without car insurance right now.
She's got 6 weeks to change her ways and potentially earn up to $5,000.
Are you ready for your first challenge?
I hope so.
The first part of your challenge involves figuring out your debt repayment. I want it all paid off in less than 16 months. Once you know what your debt repayment number is, you can then set about making a budget. It has to be a realistic budget, something you can actually work with.
Okay.
Are you ready for the final part of this challenge?
There's more to this challenge?
But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to allow you to keep putting yourself at jeopardy, like driving without insurance. So I have something to show you. Come with me.
Uh-oh.
That is called a tow truck. And your car is gone.
That's not cool.
Neelam needed that. Neelam needed a wake-up call.
With her carriage taken away, this princess is forced to take public transit.
Such a waste of time being on that bus. Like, commuting time would take me 15 minutes. I'm sitting on a bus for like an hour and a half. That's pointless. I have other things I need to do.
Neelam thinks taking public transit is a waste of time. But once she started crunching the numbers, she realized that with the cost of insurance, gas, maintenance, parking, and her car payment, this car costs her 5 times more than transit. Until she can afford the luxury of a car, Neelam's stuck on a bus. One of her goals is to move out of her party house, so she's pricing out apartments.
Ceilings are really low. You would be depressed living down there. It's like a hole in the ground, basically, is what it was.
Unfortunately, our princess's standard of living are above her pay grade.
What was this asking price?
$700 is all inclusive too.
Like, are you kidding me?
And her financial past is still haunting her. Neelam's credit report will show that she has debts in collections, which will alert potential landlords to the fact that she may be a credit risk. Moving out will have to wait. Part of Neelam's challenge is that she can only spend money using debit so that she can track her spending, which has given this princess a rude awakening.
Doing the detailed budget kind of put things into perspective for me. I didn't realize my situation was that bad until I did that budget. And then afterward, I'm like, wait a second, I got like $75 for entertainment and $50 for restaurants, nothing on hair or makeup. There's nothing left to even play around with. Like, everything's very, very tight.
So you did a good job with the debt repayment plan. What you're planning to do is you're planning to pay your creditors 50 cents on the dollar if they'll take a lump sum payment now.
At most, yeah.
That's a great thing to do.
When you've got debt in collections, you may be able to negotiate with the collections agency to settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. The only trick is you'll have to come up with the cash pretty quickly.
I don't have that to put up right now.
If you do this right, you will, because you will have what I give you. So a lot's riding on your performance over the next few weeks.
Neelam is at a crossroads in her life. She says there are a lot of things she wants to do, so for her next challenge, I'm going to make her step up and follow through.
Part of the problem is that you probably haven't set a goal in the right way.
Okay.
So let me take you through the process. So I know you want to move out.
Yeah.
You have to lay out the steps. So to move out, what would you have to do?
Get out of debt and get a better job.
If you just say what you're going to do, then it's a dream.
Okay.
If you put a timeline on it, then you make it a goal.
To get into a new apartment, she'll need first and last month's rent plus her deposit. I also strongly recommend that she save up 6 months' worth of expenses in case she finds herself out of a job.
How long would it take you to save $7,200? See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can get another job, but I probably won't stick around for more than a year. Like, I had to find a job that I enjoy doing. To get those jobs, I need experience, which I don't have because I wasn't in school for that.
How many courses have you already done?
In business administration, I started a couple of courses in fashion arts. I got my makeup artistry certificate, and I got my bartending license.
You are like a ball in a pinball machine. So let's send you to a career counselor. Let's get some direction. Because, girl, you are a major flake.
Coming up, Neelam gets more.
How do you expect to get a $40,000 to $50,000 income while doing only glamorous things?
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
Princess Neelam was a party girl in need of a wake-up call. Over the last few weeks, I made her take a hard look at her life and challenged her to get real. She created a solid debt repayment plan, and if she keeps on the right track, she'll earn $5,000, which will help her get on the road to success. One of Neelam's goals is to move out on her own, but she can't afford it yet. So I'm sending her to a career counselor so she can figure out how to earn more money.
Help me understand what it is you want to do in the future.
I want my own cosmetics line. I want my own modeling and talent agency in the future. I want my own TV show in the future.
You have to know that when you own your own business, a lot of the daily work that you do really has nothing to do with fashion or the arts. Most entrepreneurs start at between 12 and 16 hours a day.
Especially like right now, I don't want to be working that hard. Like I'd rather do the more glamorous side of it. Glamour to me is just being in front of the camera, being the center of attention.
How do you expect to get a $40,000 to $50,000 income while doing only glamorous things?
I don't know about that. Like,
go on career websites. Look for something that you can do now.
Okay.
That sounds like a definable first step for you.
With Fashion Week in full swing, there was a perfect opportunity to introduce Neelam to some fashion gurus to talk about her goals.
All that glamour and glitter, that's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the background. You know, when we first started, 6 sewing machines, we were on the 3rd floor of a building that had no heat in the winter and no air conditioning in the summer, and I learned every aspect of the business hands-on.
hearing all these people say how much work comes involved, it kind of sucks because I'm always looking for the easy way out and I kind of want to do the little work possible.
I started off actually as a fashion assistant and worked up my way to be fashion director. You have a lot of makeup experience, so I think if you want to break into the fashion industry, the best way would be to volunteer an internship.
Here's what I see, okay? I see you struggling with the fact that you are moving from sort of this airhead that you used to be to perhaps a young woman who is thinking more about her future. That brings us to our next challenge.
If you make me sell anything, like, we're gonna have a problem.
This is gonna be way better than that.
Okay.
Neelam's chosen friends over family life. For this temptation challenge, she's going to have to choose between them once again and show her parents just how much they mean to her.
I leave drunk messages on their answering machine.
You like to set the rules. You like to tell everybody how things are going to be.
That's true.
Hello.
Yeah.
I am telling you how it's going to be. Either you do it my way or you don't get the money. And you know you need the money to pay off all those credits as you've promised.
Saturday night usually finds Neelam out clubbing with her friends. So I've made sure to schedule the dinner with her parents on the same night to see if she can overcome the siren call of the club. Neelam has done the right thing and come to her parents' house to treat them to a house cleaning and a home-cooked meal.
Last time I cooked for my parents, can't remember.
But I hope she's got something bigger than cooking and cleaning in mind if she wants to get full marks for this challenge.
I got something to say to you guys. You're not allowed to cry, or else I'm not gonna finish reading whether I finish this challenge or not. If that means losing the money, then so be it. If anything, I love you more now because after everything I've done, after everything you've said, everything you've put up with, you're still always there for me and you haven't deserted me. You guys even set up an education plan with hopes and dreams of me achieving endless success, and I threw it out the window because of my indecisiveness. I can't even imagine how disappointed you were in me, and yet you still managed to support me when I wanted to do something else. And I promise that I'm going to do my best to start doing what needs to be done in order for me to change, not only for the person that you want me to be, but the person I want to be as well. When I don't call or come by, it's not because I don't care, it's not because I don't remember, it's not because I don't miss you, it's because when I do see you, and
every word she wrote from her heart. I always wonder, where did I go wrong? What did I do wrong? And after she reading that, it made me so proud that I didn't do anything wrong the way I raised her. I'm really proud of you, Neelam.
Coming up,
How much clubbing have you done since I showed up?
Oh, 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 she's a princess. Oh, 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 she's a princess.
when I first met Princess Neelam, she was on the road to ruin and breaking her parents' hearts.
I'm fed up, frustrated, and same time just sad. Like where I went wrong.
For the last 6 weeks, Neelam has been put to the test. I taught her to live on a budget.
I didn't realize my situation was that bad.
And she's well on her way to achieving her goal of working in the fashion industry. Before I make my final verdict, I want a quick word with the king and queen of Neelam's world. her parents. With a little bit of focus and some objectives in place, some goals, she has something to work towards, which means that she can stay focused. And I'm praying that that's what will happen.
I'm hoping for it.
Princess Neelam! This is kind of like what you wear when you go clubbing, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
How much clubbing have you done since I showed up?
Once.
So things have changed.
Yeah, I think so.
How about the short-term and long-term goals? Your short-term goal was?
Find a new job.
And?
I left my other job, so I'm gonna go back to bartending. Give me some time to actually pick up an internship in the meantime.
I wouldn't normally be happy to hear a princess quit her job, but while Neelam is figuring out what she wants to be when she grows up, bartending is a perfectly fine way to make a living, leaving her days free for an internship. And your long-term goal was?
To move out. I mean, move out to my own place. So that got pushed back from 1 month, probably about 3 to 4 months.
Is that more realistic for you?
Definitely.
So overall, how do you think you did? On a scale of 1 to 5, how do you think you did?
4.7.
How come? What do you think you failed on?
I'm kind of hard on myself.
Yeah, you are hard on yourself. You know what? I'm not as hard on you.
Oh, awesome. Oh my goodness. Nice looking check.
It is a nice looking check. And where are you going to put the money?
Debt repayment.
Good girl. Nice answer. That means you'll be debt-free so you can start fresh. The one piece of advice I have for you is to stay focused. Because if you bounce all over the place, what happens is your energy just dissipates.
Yeah.
Whereas if you figure out one thing that you want and work towards that first, you're much more likely to be successful, okay?
I feel good that I'm gonna be out of debt. I learned how to budget my money, to live within my means. Learned to stay focused, figure out, okay, bouncing around isn't the greatest thing. Like, you have to have some consistency in your life. And there's other ways to have fun rather than just party.
I can tell she loves to go shop. She's all out of control. She can't stop. Designer clothes, jewels, hair. She's throwing money everywhere. My head is spinning. Oh, 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 oh. She's a princess. She's a princess. Modern day princess.